Hello everyone, this is Psych in Action. Welcome to my channel. Have you ever felt like you're not quite in control? Like you're just reacting to life instead of truly making choices? What if I told you that most of what you think is your choice is actually your subconscious pulling the strings? Sounds a little crazy, right? But stick with me. I'll show you how understanding this hidden part of your brain can help you take back control and unlock your true potential. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Now let's dive in. We often think of our thoughts and actions as entirely conscious decisions we make, but actually, our subconscious mind is constantly guiding us. If you're not aware of it, your subconscious can end up running the show without you even knowing. This is what we might call fate or destiny, something outside of our control, but it's actually all in our minds. Just like Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Your brain doesn't just wait for you to ask for solutions. It's like a random idea generator working in the background, just tossing out thoughts or inspirations at you. These thoughts are like little surprises that pop up in your mind out of nowhere. Sometimes they can spark brilliant ideas that help us move forward, and we call that inspiration. Other times, though, they can distract us, make us procrastinate, or even trigger anxiety. We call those mental clutter. But here's the good news. Our brains are naturally more likely to generate good, high-quality thoughts. They lean toward inspiration rather than junk. The real power is in how we can train our minds to push out the clutter and bring in better ideas. And it's not as hard as you might think. You can set your brain to work on better thoughts if you just tweak a few things in your life. But here's the good news. Our brains are naturally more likely to generate good, high-quality thoughts. They lean toward inspiration rather than junk. The real power is in how we can train our minds to push out the clutter and bring in better ideas. And it's not as hard as you might think. You can set your brain to work on better thoughts if you just tweak a few things in your life. You've probably had this happen before. You struggle with an idea or a decision for a long time, but then, all of a sudden, after a few days of thinking about it subconsciously, everything clicks. Your brain takes the information you've encountered and organizes it. It rearranges it in ways that make sense. And this is how it comes up with those aha moments. So what does that mean? It means that your mind is working to help you all the time, and you can actually influence how well it works. By feeding it good, high-quality material to process, you can guide your brain toward generating better ideas. But just like anything, your brain can't work with nothing. If all you feed it is random distractions, negative news, or mindless entertainment, then your idea generator is going to come up with low-quality thoughts. You can change this by purposefully filling your mind with more nourishing content. That way, your brain has better material to work with when it does its subconscious sorting. Dreams are another fascinating part of how our subconscious mind works. A lot of people think of dreams as just random nonsense, but they actually reveal a lot about how our brain works. In a way, dreams are your subconscious mind's way of sorting and organizing your thoughts and memories. Think of it as your brain's cleanup crew that goes to work while you sleep. When you sleep, your brain sends electrical signals to various parts of your brain, stimulating your senses. And that's when the dreams begin. These dreams often mix up all kinds of things you've experienced during the day, things you've thought about, and things you might not even remember consciously. That's why you can have dreams where your childhood friend is suddenly giving a presentation in your office. Your brain is just making connections, some logical, some completely random. This is actually a good thing because it helps you connect ideas you might not have noticed during your waking hours. But here's the catch. Dreams aren't just about random images and experiences. They also reflect your brain's processing of thoughts you've had while awake. The brain is actively working, making connections and sorting through what you've seen, heard, and thought during the day. So, if you're stuck with a problem or question, sometimes the solution will come to you through a dream because your brain has had the time to process it without the distractions of your waking life. Now let's talk about those moments when an idea just clicks, the Eureka moment. We've all had those flashes of insight where suddenly everything makes sense, and we wonder, why didn't I think of this before? It turns out that these moments often happen when we least expect them, like during a walk, while we're taking a shower, or even when we're doing something mindless, like washing dishes. It's when your brain goes into autopilot mode and stops focusing on specific tasks. This Eureka moment isn't as magical as it seems. It's all about how your brain operates. When you give your brain the freedom to wander, it taps into a deeper, more creative mode. This is when your subconscious can start making connections that it couldn't make when you were actively thinking about something. This is supported by research in cognitive neuroscience, particularly the idea of cognitive incubation, when your brain continues to process information subconsciously until it reaches a solution, according to Sawyer's study in 2012. The point is, your brain can solve problems when you stop actively trying to solve them. This is why people often come up with their best ideas while walking, showering, or even just relaxing. The key is to give your brain the time and space to make those subconscious connections. Now that you've got your brain generating better ideas, how do you make sure you're actually taking advantage of them? Here's where the process of iteration comes in. Inspiration isn't a one-time thing. It's like planting a seed. You have to nurture it, water it, and give it time to grow. Every great idea you have, no matter how small it seems, is the starting point for something bigger. You don't just stop after that aha moment. You keep going, refining your idea, testing it, and adding to it. This is how great inventions, works of art, and even business ideas are born. They don't come out fully formed. They evolve through trial, error, and adjustment. One way to make sure you're building on your ideas is to keep track of them. Carry a notebook around or use an app on your phone. Write down your thoughts, no matter how small they seem. You'll be surprised how many great ideas come from revisiting something you wrote down months or even years ago. Creativity isn't about having one big moment of genius. It's about recognizing that every idea, no matter how tiny, can lead to something amazing. So, what's the secret to getting better at this whole creativity thing? It's simple. Practice. You have to train your brain just like you would train a muscle. The more you expose yourself to inspiring material, the more you think creatively, and the more you let your subconscious work its magic, the better your creative output will be. Feed your brain with good material, give it space to process, and then let it iterate. Creativity isn't some mysterious gift that only a few lucky people have. It's a skill that anyone can develop with the right tools, mindset, and practice. That's all for today's video. If you find it inspiring or helpful, please subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and see you until the next time.